welcome everyone. Listen when you're alive, no one's happy. I have to try to bring it in. Oh, the phone's not turned down. I forgot I had to turn it. Hold on, Jet. That sounded probably terrible. Welcome everyone. Hello, and welcome back to some more Dawn of War Unification mod. We're gonna try not to lose too badly today. I will admit, it has taken me a minute to get good at this game again. It's partially also like when I'm still trying to figure out kind of what does what. This is why sometimes I'll go into skirmish to take a break from it and kind of look at it there. Is the AI naturally, I've noticed, depending on who it is, of course, this can change. It's always going to get some sort of an advantage if you don't almost kind of lock it down immediately. And I've learned a lose strategy that makes it way more efficient to destroy it. But I will say it is kind of across the board. That was kind of a problem the original game had too. That's not really the mod. It's just the stronger AI, all it really does is push harder in those zones. But if you're smart enough to lock her down, like, immediately and just not be afraid to send your early scout units into war, and if they die, they die, so you can keep the ones near their base controlled long enough to get a super huge maxed advantage. If you let the AI even have 25% of the map, and I'm kidding you not, even like just a quarter, just a small corner, it will actually still put up a hell of a fucking fight. And that's quite, one, it's impressive for how old this game is and how that aggression at least was improved through modding. But sometimes it does feel like, well, if I should probably be rewarded for, keeping it at 25% and lower though. 50% definitely it should put up, like, it should be up subpar or better than me depending on what faction it is. So, but hey, it's really good though. Watching Darius play Space Marine 2 as Black Templar Bulwark. That saddens me. Tell him he dishonors the light. No, I'm just kidding. The Bulwarks are mine. No. No, it's a good class. It was the class I got to relic level first. As far as weaponry and everything. Like, it was the first class I did ruthless difficulty on. So it's really good. But today, chat, also I need to give slight, just because of how memey this faction can be, that we're going to play today, I have to give a slight disclaimer warning, meaning a viewer discretion kind of thing. There are some voice lines. There are some voice lines for some of these characters in the faction we are specifically going to be looking at today. Yeah, they're slightly inappropriate. I'm gonna be that way. One of them is extremely, and it's my least favorite line out of all of them. The rest are just jokey joke. One of them is like, that word's probably, even if we know that that's what they do technically, in the back of our mind we all know that. But when you start just kind of throwing it out there, it's a little bit different because especially in a game, general populace tends to be a little weird about it. But that's why I'm giving a disclaimer, because just be fair warned, the faction we're playing is extremely intense. So, and it's not real as well. So, but hey, you say it's the lie. They also can confirm the assaults are the dumbest class in game, like a heavy was killing thousands of Marines faster than assault. Well, that's just, yeah, as far as players are concerned, yes. But what makes it even worse is the assault is also the least played character in PvP as well, because there's no stunning mechanic when you do a heavy attack with any of the weapons. So the enemy player you're trying to melee can literally just sit there and hold the trigger down and just point blank you with any of his guns, and not have to have a worry in the world. So, yeah, you say it's right, but where's the helmet of the Black Templar? What you mean? No. Technically, I don't have a Black Templar helmet on my Lion. I've unlocked it, but I think is my tactical wearing it? No, I don't think I've used it on anybody yet. I have one of the Dark Angel, what do you call it, looking helmets. The thing that looks like a knight, but like a knight with like a half helmet on instead of full helmet. But I don't have the wings yet. There's like 1 or 2 more missions and I get my wings for my helmet, and then I'll have my true helmet I'm technically supposed to have. But that was only because I just didn't do any more missions with Bulwark, because I wanted to do the other classes, because it was already so much more powerful than everything else. It still is. Tactical's the only one who's even close. It's about to get its first level, relic level stuff and ruthless difficulty weapons. But also, I've made this nightmarish because I tried the other faction that replaces the certain sisters with a different type of sisters. More extreme sisters, it feels like, with also guardsmen-like police help. Who also, I clearly love his joking character he gave them and what he represents, especially the voice line. We are the law! You've never lived until you've had a sister in battle, aided by the judge himself. I've put them on the map just because I want the torture of having to deal with them if we go that far. If we make it that far in this campaign. We're only going to really be playing this tonight and maybe once this coming week. But we're going to be starting Mech Week this coming week, hopefully, if everything works out. My schedule's been kind of crazy the end of this week. Things have not worked out. Me and James have yet to been able to kind of get our schedules to come together because he has to work. And how crazy his schedule works with his job. To be able to do this Warframe stream we keep trying to do. So that's still going to happen. We're just having problems trying to get it to come to the right time. So I'm always having to do something because I've got a lot of stuff that's been going on lately. So pulls me away from the house quite a lot. Plus now I've got some stuff that personally I'm trying to do just to work towards what I want to do towards the end of the year and the beginning of next year. So at least as far as just something to enjoy and get myself into something. So plus the computer. This thing is going to become I've already looked it up and I've done my math. I've checked out what I'm getting within my budget. I'm going to make this thing a monster, chat. It's not going to be the biggest, tallest right now. Because I don't have the budget to fully go to the roof. But we're going to be close. It's going to be a pretty beefy upgrade. Let's put it that way. And I'm quite excited. We should be able to not worry about pretty much a lot once she comes back towards the end of this year. It'll probably be done in December, realistically. But we're going to stay with easy because normal is no joke with the modifications. Yeah, the Ordo Hereticus. Yeah, we're keeping them on the field. I played them myself a little bit as well because I do love Sister in Battle variants. Holy crap, is all I can say. I don't think I've ever beat the guardsmen at their own game before. But I did in that one. It's like, you have numbers? Wait! I also have numbers! Also, Sisters of Battle and Angels. What? It's going to be a nightmare to fight, though, but that's not who we're playing today. Oh, no. Oh, no, chat. Oh, no, no, no. This is who we're playing. They're actually very hard to be good with. I'm not going to lie. I like them. They're fun. But, God, are the Emperor's Children difficult to be good to get going with. This is also why I expect we may lose a few times before we truly get moving. The enemy she has to face early, or this faction has to face in the beginning, is pretty scary. And they're pretty good. They're one of the original ones that if you really wanted to kind of go through this game pretty quick, you'd probably play them. Just because they were... You could learn their tricks and what makes them move across the map a lot faster, a lot more efficiently, and quickly than most. So... Yo, Tab King! Welcome to the House of Slaanesh, aka the Emperor's Children. Led by, at least in this game, for this version of the faction, led by Muriel Sabathio, chosen champion of Slaanesh and contender to the leadership of the 3rd Legion of the Emperor's Children. By Slaanesh's grace, you have raised a formidable warband and influence within the Emperor's Children, and now you seek to carve your name among the stars and conquer Kurava. As tribute to she who thirsts, let none underestimate you once again. Bonus power, ignore supply lines. Now that's normal because that's what the Chaos Space Marines standard without the mod gets. So this isn't like this is special. They're kind of just overlay skins with their own mechanics that change on the battlefield. Like, she gets completely different units for how her faction plays Chaos Marine wise than the normal Chaos Marines, or undivided as they would normally be. And then the other modded factions in here are this one, which is the Grey Knights, the ones we played from the Chaos Gate game. These are the crazy big Grey Space Marines that are psychic. They're the other overlay mod character faction for this game's main campaign. And then the replacement Sisters of Battle that I've added that I've switched over to, because you can choose between 2 palettes from this one and this one up here. This one can either be normal Chaos Space Marines or Emperor's Children. This one can be Ordo Hereticus, the normal Sisters of Battle, or technically the Renegade Guardsmen, which I saw what you meant. That also is a fantastic faction. That Shogunate version, it's essentially, what's it called? Cathay. It's like a weird Chaos Cathay. But Japanesey. It's like freaking giant samurai titan. Dude was great. Also, half their leaders are, he did have a little fun with that. Or, anime Japanese generals. But anyways. But yeah, we're going to be playing Sabathio here. Call the Black Templars to purge the sector. Let their bulwark show the Dark Angels. Hey, how dare you insult the Lion and the Dark Angels? We are the most unmovable bulwarks in the entire Emperor's Legion. That seed is us. We are the first Guardians. Oh man, alright, let's start this up. Now of course, there's no opening cutscenes because it's the modded. Oh, also I forgot to show off, the Tyranid are also added. They're not actually a template over another empire as far as I know. They literally are just here. And they have a hive ship that starts over the, well, in this case, the Ordo Hereticus, who starts over the Sisters of Battle and the Guardsmen territories. So they have to fight to get down on this planet and expand outwards. We're starting over here in this Nightmare City. I'm this. I've got to attack all of this, which belongs to the Dark Eldar. Which, because of the mod, and the mod does make the vanilla empires better as well. That's something I do appreciate about this mod maker. He made the vanilla empires improved also, meaning they have really crazy they can get as well. And they have new passives and perks that are more effective and things like that. The Dark Eldar have invisible units, and if you're not making sure your cultists have that perk early game that can spot them, you're gonna get hammered by things you can't see very early. As I learned the hard way, watching noise marines die for no reason. Or at least I thought. I'm actually not going to spend too much reinforcement points. Because the one thing I've noticed is the Dark Eldar do not tend to attack very often. And I actually think it's because I don't have too many territories near them. And what I mean by that is near their main army. They can technically only attack with their main army against something that's nearby. Which is signified by the squares. The squares and the dots show where their main force are that are attacking on the field. So the reason why the Dark Eldar kind of ignore me, it's actually kind of a passive battle. There's an advantage and disadvantage. They'll never attack me because I'm not in range for them to attack unless they move all the way to here or here. They have to go here or here. Physically, they have to be here. Now, they have a gateway. They technically could just do 2 moves. They could teleport from here to here, then attack me. But the AI doesn't seem to like the favor to do that on easy. On normal, it will do that more. So they're probably going to attack the Necrons, because there's a gate there. The Tau currently, unless the Orcs win this. So they might attack the Tau. They could end up attacking... Who controls this? The Daemons of Chaos. So they might end up attacking the demons. The Demon Lords. They could end up attacking the Guardsmen here. And that seems to be it. They will only go where the webway gates are. So until we capture this one, or this one, they're actually going to ignore us pretty hard. So I found a strategy to cheat the hell out of the Dark Eldar. You attack here, 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 then you straight go for their throat. Now they might try to stab you here. Once you get to here is when they're going to start to also try to recapture shit. Because they're going to see this as directly next to them, because this line leads from the moon to here. This is like a direct flight path from the moon down. So we're safe up to here as far as retaliation, as far as I've seen so far in this playthrough of my own. So only he who can use the Codex Astartes as toilet paper can be true born. I mean, we're pretty sure the angels have done that before. We're honorable, but we also have a certain limit of it's just paper. Tyranids cooking this mod like they're stupid hard to defeat. I think Guard has numbers. No Tyranids can swarm even them. That's true. I've actually seen the Tyranid fight this several times and lose. Sometimes the Guardsmen actually will push the Tyranid out, and they'll get trapped up here for like the rest of the game. The AI also doesn't seem to know to build honor guardsmen, because once again, to have honor guardsmen, you have to have territories. So I'll show that real quick as well.
Welcome to the single-player campaign of Dawn of War Soulstorm. These tutorial windows will guide you through the first 2 turns of play and introduce key features of the Dawn of War campaign mode.
It still has the
Your goal
original
is to conquer all 4
tutorial, which I do
planets of the
love, by
powerless
the way.
system. Each planet is made up of multiple territories which you will conquer one at a time. The campaign map is your primary interface for directing your troops' strategic moves. Individual battles are fought on the smaller scaled battle map.
Yeah, that's like the normal battle, Dawn of War battle map.
This province is your stronghold
Yep,
or home
I'm gonna let
territory.
it explain it, and I'll do a quick
It is from here that you are
rundown.
launching your conquest of the Kaurava system. If your stronghold is ever conquered, you will be pushed out of the planetary system and lose the campaign. Since this is the first turn, this is the only territory you currently control. The enemy factions each have their own strongholds, identified by banners on the campaign map.
Yep.
To win the campaign and make the entire Calrifa system yours, you must conquer all 8 enemy strongholds.
Yeah, besides the Tau. Although, the thing about the Tyranid is the reason why I think the AI doesn't understand them is the AI has a strict system on it, only uses its scouts, program-wise, to capture requisition points and relic points and all those things. But after it captures them, it doesn't tend to fully utilize them for a long time, where the Tyranid actually desperately depend on this. Like, more so than anyone else in the game. Like, they actually require the player to upgrade those quickly so they can get more units down. Because they're not about researching tech to make more Tyranid. They're about actually growing more Tyranid through the biomass collected through the capture points. So, and you just basically buy one simple upgrade and it's done. And it doesn't take time to research it either. It's just a flat amount of biomass. So they can grow their numbers and the types of elites they get pretty quickly, but I don't think the AI understands that. So because it doesn't, the other AI just locks it out and builds turrets and over them, so they can't get it back. Tyranid also can't get defenses on their requisition points as fast as other factions either. So, to balance that same trope, what they do out. So they don't get too strong too fast in PvP. But this means that AI versus AI, it always loses the strategic points because in the Guardsman case, the Guardsmen are just going to overwhelm the point and take it back and just put a big-ass turret there. And a bunker, probably. So... it's like goodbye to that for the Tyranids. The AI just doesn't understand. Those strategic points are the gold mines. It can't lose those at all. But if it knew this, it probably would swarm them more. Because the AI is good at swarming and just doesn't know what to swarm specifically. Other than enemy base operations, like buildings that you control or things like that. But if it's not there, then it doesn't know how important it truly is. It'll just leave stuff undefended if it doesn't think that it's gonna, actually kill you. Or it doesn't have an actual building there. Guard artillery is what's killing them because AI guards spam those guns. Oh, you talking about that big boy gun, yeah. But that's the thing, the guards don't start with that though, even the AI. They have to get their requisition and still research their tech. It may be a set time for them versus just having points like we need. Like, we have to pay for it. Theirs is just, I think, a time threshold. After a certain amount of time in the game, the AI unlocks automatically certain levels of tech that make it harder to kill. To kind of scale up with how long you're taking to win. That's why this game is technically, because it comes from the older days of being fast, this game is about speed. As much as you want to enjoy it, and that's what I had to remember to teach myself, as much as you like to enjoy the units and what they look like, you kind of don't want to do that. If you take too long trying to figure out units or don't know what you're really going to go for, you're probably going to lose. Just because the AI, even on easy, is pretty efficient at keeping that pace. And if you take too long, hardcore in real life time, it's gonna definitely punish you for it. So, and that's with any faction, but some suffer from that way more than others. That's why Assault is fun. Yeah, Assault seems like my favorite. As far as multiplayer or skirmish type modes, it does seem really fun. I do like it. It's a really cool mode. I'm really sad it crashed on us the other day when we were doing so good. I should have made a save. I will next time we start one up. This problem... oh yeah, we already read that part.
The icon of your commander indicates the current position of your main army. You can only attack a destination that can be reached from the province where your army is, so its position on the map defines your options. The enemy factions each have armies of their own, and also can only attack adjacent territories. Some of your enemies may have powers that allow them to move in different ways, so be wary.
Yep, she's talking about webway gates. Like, the Eldar and Dark Eldar get webway gate access. The Eldar don't start with theirs, they have to get it back from the Necron. But... okay, I'm going to go through all these little menus and let the tutorial talk, but I am going to talk about this real quick. So I'm going to click on this and see if it's going to tell me something first.
These arrows show you where your army can move or attack this turn.
That's those red arrows.
Red arrows indicate attacks into enemy provinces. Green arrows indicate moves into friendly provinces.
Yep.
Since this is your first turn, and you only control your stronghold, you must attack an enemy territory. To move to or attack, left-click to select that province, and then click on the Attack or Move button in the right panel. Begin by attacking one of the territories adjacent to your army. After moving or attacking, you will have to end your turn in order to move or attack again.
Yep. Also, this is more of a showcase tonight. If we do lose and don't sadly get to make it anywhere tonight, it's fine. Like I said, we are going to do another episode of this outside of the theme of Warhammer going on towards this next week, because I'm going to need a filler game to kind of fill in those gaps. And this game's kind of good for that. So if we don't really do much tonight, or get anywhere progress-wise tonight, it'll be fine. Also, because it's a little late, I might be a little reaction time slow, which is going to get me killed if it gets too bad, but we'll see. Let's see, wish they had 3v1 assault maps. That would be kind of cool. 3v1s, get everybody in there, yeah. Also, I will, depending on how much money I have, James will be getting it next month, if he, since he can't get it this month. Don't tell him I said this unless he happens to pop in or watch the stream all the way through. But I am, if I have enough, since one of my other plans fell through because I didn't realize that wasn't going to work out. If I have enough after I get all the important stuff taken care of, I'm keeping secret for Halloween and the Mech Warrior theme stuff coming up. After I buy all that stuff I need, which isn't too much to be fair, and take care of the stuff IRL that's bills and stuff. If I have enough left over, I am going to get James this game this month. I'm going to get it as a gift for him, so he can join the madness. So that would be cool too, so he can join us as well. But you would also be able to join in, Foster. You did, like I said, we all need to get in a game and do a Dawn of War game or any game and just destroy for the Emperor. But back to what I was gonna explain. So each area, is it gonna say it? It doesn't. So each area has a bonus to it. So you'll see this little screen pops up because I have that area for the Dark Eldar selected. When I beat this area, I'm going to get this infantry unit, which is a scout unit technically, which is Glaw Agents, which these guys are actually really badass. I like my cultists just because they're fun, but I am starting to wonder if they're just not worth it. Because once I upgraded to these guys, I kind of did start slapping the Dark Eldar pretty hard in the early game, really fast. So these are definitely better than the normal cultist ladies that you get, even though the normal cultist ladies are more melee oriented. They're basically undemonized daemonettes, which we do get later on once we get a certain building. But once you win a certain area, you get a bonus. So if I click here, because you see a webway gate here, I'll get the bonus of having a webway gate, which means I can teleport to any webway gate around the map, or anywhere out here. This bonus, as you can see, gives us Sisters of Excess, which is one of the corrupted Sisters of Battle units for Emperor's Children, which are two different versions of this faction you can pick on the battle map while you're playing. There's a Chaos Space Marine type version, the Legion, a certain someone. And then there's the Sister of Battle one that's technically the normal one, or at least for this game. I'm not going to say it generally, but at least for this game it's the normal one because our leader is Sabathiel Clique, which is Or, I think it might be just Click. Sabathiel's Click. She is, or Muriel Sabathiel, is, she sincerely is a sister of battle, or a corrupted sister of battle, so technically that is the main one you would technically probably go with for this, but strategy-wise, because they're versatile to go one way or the other, I do also think the Legion one is slightly better at fighting the Dark Eldars than the sister one. I will say the sister one would be better at fighting something like the Orcs, or maybe even Necrons, actually, because the way the Necrons behave, they're less about number and more about elites. And the sisters have better elite-killing weaponry in their build versus just killing units in mass. So, plus their units are less tanky. That's what makes the Legion better, is their units are tougher because they get Terminators and things like that the sister side doesn't. I think both get the demons, or am I wrong about that? Yeah, both get the demons. So both get access to the demons. Just different versions depending on which path you go. If you go the sister path, you actually get more types of daemonettes and daemons in the daemon building. And if you go the Legion version, you get more types of Chaos Marines in the Chaos Marine building. It's crazy. Also, fun fact, Krork is mechanically bigger than an armored core. That's hilarious! Although, with how big Titans are, it does not surprise me how crazy and how believable that action could be. Especially back in those eras of the original Satan, and how big the Satan are actually technically as well. But yeah, essentially after we earn that bonus, I'm going to go to my commander screen now and let the tutorial say this first.
This screen provides you with a snapshot of your progress in the Karava conflict. It includes a running tally of your conquests, your commander statistics, your honor guard, and more. If you haven't yet trained an honor guard unit, or you've lost one in battle, you can train it on this screen by simply clicking on its icon.
Yeah.
You can also access the war gear screen from here.
Okay, so what it means by honor guard. So if I were to win that map with that Glaw agent on it, I can recruit a Glaw agent that will always go into battle with her as a starting unit without me having to build it from a building. Meaning I actually have starting units to capture more points faster from the get-go of the battle. That's the advantage of having your commander present when attacking. This is also why it's also more dangerous when attacking where an actual commander of the enemy is as well, because he's also, if he's unlocked any and is recruited any, or she, if it's Sisters of Battle, or it, if it's Tyranids, will have more units here than normal because they'll start with their honor guard if they haven't lost them. And as far as spoils of war, that's our war gear segment, which let's check that out.
As you conquer more and more provinces, you'll be awarded pieces of special equipment for your commander. This equipment is called war gear. You will never be awarded a specific piece of war gear. Instead, for each award, you get to choose one piece from the list on this screen. Note that you may have to get some pieces of war gear to unlock other, more powerful versions.
Okay, so yeah. So every time we do certain things or win certain maps, we will get available selections for her. And we'll be able to choose to upgrade any of her weapons. So we can upgrade this on her. So her bolter, her sword, we can give her halo rings, a jetpack, like everything here. And eventually, when she's gotten all of them, you can tell how Mimi already we're going to be dealing with. When she gets all of her upgrades, she can turn into that. But this is technically something I get pretty early, just because reveals infiltrated units and increases damage with range attacks, making her bolter a lot better when she's with Space Marines, when her sisters aren't available that I usually put her with, or Daemonettes. She'll always reveal enemy units faster. This basically increases her range of revealing invisible units, which is a good early call when dealing with the Dark Eldar. But yeah, some of these you have to get the previous version. So you'll note, replaces Combi Flamer. So that means I have to unlock this to get this. And this is giving my bolter a secondary weapon beneath of it, kind of like a grenade launcher. But the first one's a flamethrower beneath the bolter shooter, the bolter's barrel. And then it's a melta. Then eventually it just evolves completely into a plasma gun. And then eventually it goes back towards a full bolter, but the one that used to be in Space Marine 1 you could unlock for the Chaos Marines. The Daemon Bolter. Which is like one of the best types of bolters that you can have as a Chaos, or at least during this time. I do wish it was a sound gun instead, like it was it was one of what the Sound Marines get. But that'd be kind of cool, but... And then, of course... Yeah, these are two separate things. I don't know if these can be equipped at the same time. That I don't remember. I don't tend to give her the helmet, because she doesn't actually need much health regeneration. Because she is pretty tanky to a certain extent, but she does a lot of damage, so... And she's always meant to be with a unit, not really on her own, so... The only time she can really fight on her own is when she can do this. Legion is better at fighting the Dark Angels for obvious reasons, because Battle Company shreds... Yeah. Well, it's also because, yeah, I mean, Hell Blasters and stuff. But you would need the Legion because you need to be able to pen them. The Sisters don't have... They have good stuff for killing elite units, but not things with a lot of HP. There is a difference. I know that sounds confusing, but not all elites have a lot of HP. Like, Sabathio actually doesn't have that much HP, but she is an elite unit. Where there's some basic units that just have a buttload of HP. And it's like, so it's... Tankier type builds also are not great for the sister build for Emperor's Children. You really do want to go Legion for that one as well. Just goes Marine versus Marine. And just tear them down. You could now, admittedly you could win it with the sisters, but you won't be using sisters to win it. You'll be using demons. Because the sisters do get more demons in their build, which will make up for some of that. But you'll have to be better with them, because they have to be maneuvered around the map a lot more and can't be just stuck in a blob. They'll get killed. You have to know how to maneuver them, because if they could get into range of a lot of characters, the only difference would be the bulwarks when it comes to Dark Angels. Fighting the bulwarks might be a bit of an issue for the Daemons, but other than that, most range units do have a hard-ass time dealing with melee when they don't have a good melee of their own to counteract it with. So you have to be good at maneuvers when dealing with Daemon builds. Or playing as one. So. But we're going to attack here first. I will say this, I'm not going to be able to read chat as much once I start this. This game doesn't let you pause either because of how old it is. So I have to, when I start, we have to make an attempt. Like each time I actually hit the start button, we're gonna have to make it. Like I'll be focusing in,
and allows you to return to the campaign map if you decide you don't want to attack yet.
Yeah.
Since this is your first attack, most options aren't yet available. When you're ready to attack, just click on the attack button. This will load the actual battle, where you will face enemies in a game of Dawn of War.
Yeah. Okay, so. Yeah, I have no honor guard. I'm not going to use requisition yet, because you can still reinforce on the same turn. If you happen to lose an attack, there's, like, you don't have to worry about being attacked. The turn doesn't end after an attack. That's a separate thing. So I can still reinforce if this happens to fail. Although realistically, if we fail tonight too many times, well, if we fail once, I might go check out some other stuff because this won't be as long a stream. Because I do want to sit down and play this for a couple hours on stream in our next episode of this. Because I want to be able to play it as it is, as they say in golf. We're going to go until whatever happens, happens. Just like we did in Chaos Gate. But I don't know if we'll do that tonight. I think tonight is just more, let's see what happens, and if we happen to get a good pull, we'll keep it until it dies. But if it dies off immediately, then we'll just leave it and check out some other quick things real quick while we're here tonight. Mostly just like checking out factions and what they look like starting off and, you know, stuff like that. Let's see, enemy commander, a skilled combatant. The enemy force will likely consist of a basic infantry. Also, this will tell you how bad and scary the defenses are on this one plot. Think of this game also like Risk. Enemies can place defenses and things on these lands to make them higher numbers and harder to take. Like, it's a strength of 2, but that's because there's nothing here. 1 and 2 are like the lowest. There's essentially a small infantry was added. He used requisition points, or this is automatic for the AI. He used requisition points to essentially put some basic infantry to start the match early for him. Also, wouldn't everyone love a mode like this? How come there's never been a Dawn of War that has a multiplayer that runs like the campaign does like this? Kind of like Total War Warhammer does, where you can save it with your friends and come back to it if you don't finish it in that one sitting. Like, you know how fun this mode would be with other real people? I would love to play this with like another friend. Even if it was still with other AI, like in Total War as well. But with James or something, or with Darius, or with Ufarzir, or with Temking, if he gets a PC one day, or if they ever for some reason it comes to console and everything becomes one unified thing, and every game's on everything, and then mods are universal. That's the only way that would work. But as far as console, but it's like I would love to just be able to do this, just this campaign alone, because this puts all the meat on the bone, and I think this is what made Dawn of War so good. Is this campaign plus how the map and the units work. 2 was okay, but they curtailed this campaign a little too hard, and they curtailed and the thing they curtailed the most was the battle map. How little units there were, how expensive units were in population, skyrocketed. You could barely have anything happening on a map in Dawn of War 2. And 3, we're not going to talk about 3. 3's story campaign is fun, but everything else is holy crap. The only thing that makes that fun is it looks good. Like, it's a lot more fun to look at because it's newer. The models are newer and cleaner because they have better tech to do it. Like, if someone could figure out how to do Unification mod, or if the modder could figure out how to do Unification mod for Dawn of War 3 somehow, and fix that broken game, that game actually might be a good game. Because could you imagine the models in that game? It would take a lot longer because the models are more advanced, which is why a lot of that doesn't happen for newer games, just because it's more work to be put in set for the modder, which shouldn't technically have to do that to a certain extent, because the game is missing so much from its base funness. So, but we need this back. We need what Dawn of War 1 had as a good mixture back, as a proper Dawn of War. Not what they tried to do. let's see. I recommend regular Tau to see how good they are compared to the Farsight Enclave. I saw them with the limits removed, and my god, was it funny to see the AI panicking to counter a literal fleet of ships endlessly building units. Wait, here's an idea, a Warhammer-style Battlefront game. Yeah, but wait a minute. You mean Battlefront is in Star Wars Battlefront, like the one that was a shooter. That's not a strategy game, though. I do want a strategy game. That would be a good shooter game, multiplayer-wise. I do think that would be a really fun concept mechanically for a shooter that's competitive multiplayer. Because that's Space Marine 2 ain't gonna cut it. Unless they upgrade that PvP and change it, that PvP ain't going nowhere. PvE is fantastic in Space Marine 2. Like survival and playing the missions. That's beautiful. I've never seen something so much fun when it comes to PvE in a while. and just the way it flows and how it feels. But PvP is like night and day to it. It feels like that was just shoved in at the last second, like a square peg in a round hole. Just to try to get it in there. It feels pretty bad. But yeah, as far as concepts for good competitive multiplayer shooter type, games? Yeah. A Battlefront type Warhammer game where you could do different factions depending on the maps and stuff. Oh man. So many people would love that game, I feel like. I mean a massive battle multiplayer game. Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. Yeah, Battlefront, yeah. Battlefront would definitely be a good concept for competitive shooters. It'd be definitely needed. Battlefield is a good example of that too. If they made it kind of like Battlefield, because that also has vehicles and open world map type combat scenarios, that would also be a good type of engine to use as well. It'd be better than what Battlefield's doing with it. Could you imagine, instead of it being an M1A1 type Abrams, it's a freaking Predator tank? Just all kinds of cool stuff like that. There's a lot of concepts out there that I feel just don't ever get touched. Just because no one wants to really commit the work, I guess. I don't know. It baffles me how those concepts never go anywhere, really. And I think it's because no one in the hot seat or the leadership seat really has any care about what it actually is and the product. So they don't really put much effort into it. So, and that's that. But let us commence our attack. People would hate to tell. Call to Arms would also be a fun strategy style game for a Warhammer game. I actually think that'd be really good as well. That would be savage. Actually, that's a good call. If you needed to use a modern engine, but you didn't want to totally have to make a new engine to do it, the Call to Arms engine would be a good shout. There are mods already for it that try to do this. Not extensively, like something like Unification mod has done, but for Dawn of War, but you might disagree until you get sniped by a railgun. I mean, yeah, but that's anything in those types of games. Snipers are always gonna snipe. They're always gonna. A sniper is basically an accepted troll, because there's nothing bigger than trolling someone by just making them from somewhere in the back of the map. Although the battle suits would be the scariest part. Like, that might be where maybe the sniping would be hilarious, because it'd be like sniper tanks all over the place. Alright, I need to pay attention or I'm gonna lose. Oh, what we got? Capture and hold over. Oh, okay.
You again?
Go. Gotta get at least 4. Right?
You say jump, and I say, please beat me harder.
Exactly.
I carry
Like
out
I
this
said,
despicable
these
wishes.
guys are gonna be real memey. They're really over the top, like literally.
Good.
Good.
Pleasure is only hunger for sensation.
As you can tell.
If you play your cards right,
Where's the
we can
party?
take this together for the glorious
Our
Slanesh.
needs must be fulfilled.
Here. Okay, I already got that. Okay, you guys are done. I immediately need that.
Celebrate her
You need to
obscene
immediately go for that.
glory.
Another one coming. Let's have enough. Let's go ahead and get
A
that.
pretty prize for our lord.
And then we're gonna set you
Slanesh
to be
be
right.
praised.
Wait, no. Where's the deepest part? Right there. How much is it? 150. I need 300 something. So
We
for now,
hunger for
This
sensation.
Go
point
get
belongs
that.
to the glory of Slanesh.
The dark
go get that.
revelry beckons us.
I'm getting impatient.
I'm gonna have you
I claim
try
it
to
for
go
myself.
get that.
A pretty prize for our lord.
She can see the invisible units. Which I need to get that. Alright, now we need, also after that, get me to 3. No, don't have enough. 2. Sound Marines. Where are my dudes? There they are. This is the part that makes when I slightly slow down on.
If I
It's
build
gonna
it,
take me a
they
while
will
before my
come.
brain instinctually just goes that. We need a generator. I need another one of those.
You broke
Alright, the-
me long ago, Master.
Alright, the cultists.
Another shrine
We hunger
raised
for
to
sensation.
Come over here. Come over here.
A
You
toast to
go
his
get that.
excesses.
You say jump, and I say, please beat me harder.
Alright, he can't do that yet. I need to get another one of these.
If I build it, they will come.
This point
Marines
belongs
are
to the glory of
coming.
Slanesh.
We need another one. Oh, not quite. Now we need another one. There we go.
Why, Slanesh, we have arrived. We await your commands.
Alright, Noise Marines, you need to go. Where?
Another shrine
Our victory
raised
shall
to
be delicious.
God, these guys are so crazy.
Slanesh
Let's get some
be
cultists going with them as
praised.
well. Call in all the cultists that have already done their duty. Let's get Sabathiel moving.
Why do you
that
interrupt
way.
my thoughts?
Ah, elder corsairs with
Our
a taste
voices
of
alone
pain.
will crush our enemies. Ready and restless. We
A
must
pretty
reach the
prize
next
for our
sensation.
lord. The dark revelry beckons us.
We need to go up there too. Hold on, one of you needs to
We
break off.
hunger for
and go see if you can
sensation.
capture
The
this.
Prince of Pleasure demands his prize.
Okay, it doesn't look like they've gone up here, so let's go start at the top.
I am
A pretty prize
unstoppable.
for our lord.
Okay, now I'm moving that there.
We desire
Oh,
that we await your commands.
Engage.
Happiness in battle.
Glide your
Hit them with the noise guns!
with joyous
Freaking hate these Starkeld.
delight into
Get up here.
gravity.
Who else is not doing anything? You're not doing
The dark
anything. Get up here as well.
beckons us.
We await
Yeah.
your commands.
Yeah, you see how hard it gets to
What
keep
is your
people
desire?
alive fighting
It
this.
is mine now.
Shall
There we
be
go. Sabathiel, get up there.
Warrior
Getting
away.
impatient.
They're trying to kill her too. Join that. I need you to join this I need to grab all of them so I can maintain this one.
Done here.
Slanesh will get
Ready and restless.
you. Dare speak to me?
Patient servants.
Celebrate her obscene glory.
Come on. I don't want
That's right. We could do business together. Perhaps even more. Feel my wrath.
What pleasures you, my lord?
Yeah, so we've already lost some, but we did get them to retreat.
I
Where's
crave
Send
the
reinforcements.
bloodshed, my lord.
Celebrate her obscene glory.
Also, this game does have a bad habit I do think the AI is a bit too aggressive sometimes, just because it doesn't give you time to do anything.
We hunger for sensation.
You need
prophecy fulfilled.
We're gonna get our upgrades.
Do you really want to beat me? Good. Yes, yes, in your name I kill you.
Oh, who ran up there? Whoa, you idiots! I told you to sit frickin' still. Guard the door, don't rush in. We're just trying to control 60% of the map.
Dark revelry beckons
I think I'll win if I capture this other one. Like I said, this game is pure chaos, and I do love it. I just gotta get used to it again. Pop is full. That, yeah, I'm definitely rolling in the money now finally because I've been ignoring a lot of it. Not spending
Beat
anything.
me, I deserve it. It's so big, Lord.
What is your desire? What kept you so long?
Okay, I need that. That.
Armed and ready. Armed and ready. We await your commands.
You will suffer for this
Ready
feud
and restless. At once. At once.
Try to get all my Marines into the cover. Okay.
I seek only to please you, Lord.
Servants of Fulcrum at your service. For the done,
I need that.
princess.
It's still going. Okay.
Ah, run! Hide!
Oh, there was a thing here. Okay.
Our needs
Well, they've
must
almost got
be
it. That's fine.
fulfilled.
We'll hold them here.
Ready to take obedience, master.
Has combat begun? I do not hear screaming.
We've almost got it.
Your
There it
blissful
is.
August
Alright, girls,
celebrate
capture
her
it.
obscene glory.
Come on, come
I'm
on.
hit. You will suffer for this futile uprising.
Is that the Sound Marines? More damage inflicted by Sound Marines. Grab that. Lost on it. No. 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 Don't care about all that. Okay. See, the Dark Eldar can't change me if I trap them in their base! Tam King, if you're still here, what's the likelihood of this video, this video of his getting demonetized with all this dialogue?
Shrine
Probably
raised
quite
to
heavily.
decadence.
Although
I
it's
seek
not
only to
monetized.
please you, Lord. Whatever you say, I do.
I'm still not eligible for that, even if I wanted to be. Okay, I need to build the next
You say
building.
don't, and I say, please beat me
Which
harder.
is this one.
It's so big, Lord.
Let's see. Alright, power's going up. We've got plenty of energy. Oh, that wasn't 60%.
Revelry
Oh, we have to hold it for... Wait, I thought that was the objective.
what's good for us.
Okay, you come over here then.
I urge you to hasten your pace.
Oh, hold
I
on. We
strive
can go
for
through an upgrade.
perfection.
Time to go through and give everyone their champions. Champion. Champion and... for now, that one. Champion. Claws.
How come we're not having fun yet? How dare you interrupt?
It's a sensation.
We serve only the Dark Princess. How come we're not having fun yet? Praise Spanish, and
Whoa,
the
what is that?
will be
It's
given
dead.
this
Never
day.
mind. Doesn't matter
Celebrate
what
her
it was.
obscene glory.
If you play your cards
Sly
right,
Nash is
we could do
offended
business
by this
together.
quiet. Join us. We've got the best
That's not
wine
efficient.
and the
Yeah, there we go. That's where we need to stand. Right there. Okay, now, cultists, come down here.
Willingly we fall upon their blades. Our needs must
so-
be fulfilled.
Your
More there.
future palace would be magnificent.
And now we've got our daemonettes. So, how much is it? I'm doing decent in money. My energy could be better. But there isn't an energy plot for a larger generator on this map.
I seek only to please you, Lord.
Vehicles. We need to get our vehicles up and running.
Whatever you say, I do.
Oh, they got it.
Celebrate
Captured.
her obscene glory.
Take them around here and capture that. Alright. You guys built it? You did? Good. I need to put waypoint there. Let's get let's get one assault rhino for now. I don't want a defiler quite yet. Let's go ahead and get this, because that's expensive.
Another shrine raised.
Yep, there it is.
to
Victory
decadence.
countdown. Gotcha. Alright, now we just have to hold. Victory countdown has begun.
Our needs
Oh shit,
must
oh shit,
be
oh shit. Didn't
fulfilled.
realize there was a turret there. Shit,
What's
run
in
away,
it
girls!
for us? Recent pleasure demands
My bad.
its
Yeah, I'll
pride.
get that just to get it back. Alright.
A toast to his excesses.
Hey, assault rhino on the way.
Our needs must be fulfilled.
Okay, back to what I was doing. More pleasure research. I'm trying to get the daemonettes upgraded before I start sending them in. We're gonna be real shitty with the daemonettes. You're about to see what I'm about to do. You're about to see what my strategy is. Does anyone remember how the
We
Zerg used to play?
hunger for
Do you remember the
sensation.
strategy with the Queen of Blades? Where you
A
could kind of
toast
like,
to his excesses.
maybe perhaps dig a worm into their area of their
Delight in
base,
depravity.
and then just spill units out into their zone through
I should be
through
punished
teleportation.
for such
In this
cowardice.
case, yeah, you're about to see something similar. Although that's if we have time. We only have to hold for 6 minutes and 43 seconds. Almost ready.
I'm hit. You will
Wait, who
suffer
rushed
for
in?
this
Who
feudal
rushed in?
uprising.
Oh, assault tank! Stop it! I forgot to put you on what to go. Roaring the men.
Slash flies high.
Thank God. We have a lot of range and damage. Okay, back to what I was doing, distracting me, silly tank.
Do you really
6
want
minutes
to be
until
free?
control
Good.
of victory.
Full control. Oh yeah, I gotta choose now. Okay, so who do y'all want to see first? But since we're only gonna get one battle out of this, you want to see the sister side of Slanesh, or the Legion, the Slaneshi Space Marines? I will say we'll lose most of our demons if we do that. Like, we get way less demons to choose from if we choose Marine side, which is Legion, versus the Fallen Sisterhood. You say Legion? Camp King, are you still there? Do you want to vote on one?
I got hit.
Oh, so you heard that, right? There's also cursing. It's been quite mild so far. You'd be surprised. I'm actually quite impressed of how tame it's been so far. But Sabathiel got a little mad right there. You fucking...
You say jump, and I say, please beat me harder.
So, Camp King has a vote. He might have fallen asleep. So we're gonna go Legion for this one. We'll go Sisterhood next time. Legion! Now, I will have to get some of my Marines killed if we want to do this. Actually, no I don't. I just gotta get cultists killed. Alright, hold on then. So we're gonna take some of these cultists and run them into death. We're doing this on purpose because I want to switch to full Marines now.
Punishment is too
We only need technically 2 cultists alive to spot the invisible units. The rest can be attacks. Attack cultists! For your Slaneshi goddess and god!
should be punished for such cowardice.
Hit him with a tentacle! Actually, they don't have that yet, but hey. I'm gonna zoom in now that we have time. But yeah. Well. Yeah, so. Thanks God they're low poly models. Except for the priest. You can tell the priestess is a daemonette. Come on, fight him! Fight the Dark Eldar! Let's see how long y'all last, sisters! This is Dark Eldar. Alright, they're dying. Okay, here we go.
This isn't fun anymore.
This isn't fun anymore. I bet. Because you're losing.
Until control area entry.
This will be exciting.
Did y'all die?
How positively filthy.
Our souls are already lost.
God, it's taking a long time. Hurry up and kill him. I've got only like 2 minutes to show anything. There we go. That's just enough to get a chosen. Which I'd rather have than anything. Because the bikes are not that. They're okay. Chosen noise Marines. Heavy infantry.
We hunger for sensation.
I'm gonna keep bombarding them with small cultist attacks while we try to get our chosen in there. Then we're gonna make one big push to try to kill them before the timer runs out, but I don't think we'll be able to do it in time unless we did it right now. If not, it'll be fine because we'll have more chances to show off the different areas. Actually, this turret might kill them faster than
What about what we want?
Kill them!
Walk in his
Get
dark
killed by it.
light.
Can we get
For
killed
the
by both?
pleasure code.
Not exactly. No, I thought that'd be faster, but I don't know. Oh, here they come.
Envy us, for we are the chosen of Slaanesh.
Blastmaster! Sonic weapon focusing on a throbbing bass note
Yes, my liege.
into a powerful shockwave. The frick is that? Is that a guitar? Is that... I grabbed that picture because I know I've seen people do that. But hold on a second. I mean, they kind of look like guitar guns. But what is it going to look like when I do this? Oh, come
Say
on.
hello to my
We
boulder.
are the
It kisses
chosen
you
of
goodbye.
Slaanesh.
I don't know if it really looks any different. These guys look really cool. Let's send them in the last 30 seconds.
May we aid you in your
Marines, go with them.
holy
Until control area entry.
Perfection. Let us meet
What
after
do
this
you
battle.
Send in the prime. Whoa! like. Me just give them all that. Take them out! These guys have a sadistic amount of health. Oh my god, look at their damage. We won, but we were gonna win either way. They had fun with this faction. They really did. They really did have a lot of fun with this faction. But this is probably why it's one of my favorites in this game. Plus, if I played Tabletop Whistle and Ash, it'd definitely be based on this. Or based on this faction, the Emperor's Children. Claw Agent Squad earned on the first turn, which is nice. Better than what I did last time. And we get an available selection. So, like I said, I'm going to immediately go Psychic Hood. Because that immediately allows her to be able to see further on stealth units. This lets me run less cultists when I run Legion, so we can go full Space Marines. Chaos Space Marines. So immediately the Dark Eldar have already lost the territory, and they can't answer that either. Like I said, they have to either move here with the teleporter. Since there's no direct path, they can only webway gate their way over there, and then attack me from here. Or they're going to have to go up through this area just to get to me. They'll have to go all the way to here if they go physically. Like, from here to here. Before they can answer me here. This is why I tend to take these places first. I tend to ignore this one because it has a webway gate on it, so they're more likely to attack that. Plus, once you take their base, I do think you take all of their territories. So I get all of this anyways. So I'll immediately have the moon and this whole planet to myself to push off onto the others. Now it does mean all the other planets who have these little, what you see like webway gate travel positions between the planets can attack me as well. Like, for the moment, Necrons. Over here for the moment, it's the Chaos Daemons that can come and jump me if I was here. Stuff like that. But the reason why I didn't reinforce first is because now... Oh, wait.
You have conquered your first province. This victory has given you several rewards, including a piece of war gear. Every territory yields a certain amount of planetary requisition per turn. Additionally, many territories provide special bonuses, such as Honor Guard units. Look for bonuses in the right-hand panel when you select a province. The Honor Guard are special units that can be trained to accompany your commander in battle. Purchase Honor Guard units from the commander or the attack screen. Take note that if you lose a territory that provided you with an Honor Guard unit, you will lose the ability to purchase that unit. Other provinces will grant small resource bonuses for battles, or contain ancient gates that allow travel between the planets.
Yep. Also, once you beat a faction, you get their bonus, too.
This is the territory you've just conquered. Notice that it has changed to your color, and that your army is on it. Whenever you conquer a province, your army moves there. You can only move or attack once per turn, so your turn is effectively over. Next turn, new provinces will be open to attack. When you are ready to let the enemy factions act, click on the End Turn button.
Yep. Which I'm going to make a save before I do that. But we're going to do something first. So back to yeah. Also, it is correct. If they were to actually make it over here and attack me, if they take this back, I will lose my ability to get Glaw agents into my main army. Which is what we're about to do now since they're so expensive. We're going to go ahead and get them early. Because since we need to go on the aggression really fast against the Dark Eldar and keep them basically trapped on their moon, we want to focus less on defenses, more on making sure that Sabathiel here has got a good honor guard and good weapon upgrades to be able to quickly conquer the Dark Eldar territory and take it for ourselves. So, Glaw agents, would you like to recruit for 225? Yes. So now she will permanently have that until they're dead. So you see now it shows a picture of Glaw agents. So those guys will always start. So you saw when we first started that match, I started with Sabathiel, my hero or commander, and only a builder. You always start with a builder and your main base for each map, especially when you're attacking. But your honor guard, they're essentially early production units, meaning they spawn in with you. So now, next time we attack on the next territory, which will be that 3 right there, which the Dark Eldar will probably try to upgrade that to keep me out. But they did last time. That means now I'll have an extra agent to immediately start capturing another point besides Sabathia. Like you saw, I was only able to start capturing 1 requisition point when we first started because all I had was Sabathia to work with. So I didn't really have, any troops to really get out there quickly. That's why you saw me spam cultists. That's really the best bet early game with this faction. Get as many cultists out there. If they die, they die. They don't really matter. They're just there to get you as many requisition points as possible because you need them, because their whole playstyle doesn't really get started until you get past that first decision, which means you have to upgrade your base at least once. I think it's either once or twice before you can get, I think it might be twice, before you can choose which mainline units are gonna just start spamming and wrecking your enemy with. Demons or chaos, and demons and sisters, corrupted sisters, or Space Marine, basically Fulgrim Legion. So, as essentially the 2 choices. So, but they are pretty fun. But now that we've done that, I will. Actually, no, I don't need to do that either, do I? I mean, I can add 1, just in case they do get uppity. They've never done it before, but there's always a first time for everything. See, that's strength 10, so I must have quite a bit there, so I'm not going to worry about that. I need to reinforce this.
This screen allows you to garrison troops and
like
buildings in a territory. These purchases will be ready when you fight to defend this province from enemy attacks. Stationing troops and building buildings in a province costs you planetary requisition. The available units are on the panel. Use the arrows at the top to move between different options. Later you can recall these troops if the province is no longer at risk. Recalling a unit will give you back half the planetary requisition you spent to station it in the first place.
Look at the Tyranid
careful.
effect. Yeah,
All your
I'll
purchases
look
will be
into a
final
second.
once you accept the changes on this
Noise.
screen.
I am going to probably try them for fun later, and the Tau, just because I haven't played them in a long time. And I actually used to play them quite heavily when I was young in this game, because they've always been kind of the go-to. If you're not sure what you're doing and you like to kind of sit back and shoot, you definitely want to play Tau. And you really did, because you don't really know how to move your units around. Because I wasn't that fast. When I was young, I was a lot slower. So you can imagine how hard this game actually was for me to get good at. It wasn't as hard as it is now. The mod has made the AI better. On easy, the AI used to be pretty docile at capturing points. It would kind of just sit within the first 5 capture points that are near it, except for, like, criticals. They'd go after criticals and relics, but they'd ignore a certain percentage of the map otherwise. But they don't do that on the mod. No. They'll get it if it's open. If they can get to it and they've gotten far enough on the map to grab it, they're gonna grab it. Which I do like that. That change is fun. I do like that change. But, so this screen right here, what you're seeing, this is the requisition for each of my territories, or my garrisons, aka my reinforcements. This is not what my commander brings. She is separate. This is what will be here if you buy any of these. These are units. You can also buy pre-made buildings. So, much like any Dawn of War or games like these old days, to unlock better units as a fight progresses, you need certain buildings to be built in conjunction with each other, or first. So what you can kind of do is you can bypass a couple of the early buildings so you can save on in-game requisition points that you're spending on building things with your builder, and time to try to be, once again, it's all about speed. This game is all about making yourself progressively faster and faster uptake and quickly at basically capturing a map almost in a matter of 2 to 3 minutes at some point. Like, you'll have basically half the map in like less than 2 minutes at some point later in the game, late when you got like a huge honor guard that comes in with you, or if you've got enough defense at one area, you can essentially just bombard from the very beginning to an attacker Attackers always have the disadvantage in this game. That's why you have to be really careful with your strategy when you're attacking, and take your time or know what your strats are depending on the objective. Also, something else the mod added, you'll notice an objective popped up when we started. That you have to do a certain thing, like hold a certain amount of strategic points, or destroy the enemy base, or destroy everything they have, like Annihilation style. That actually I don't think used to be a thing either, if I remember correctly. When I was young, I don't think it did that either. I think it always used to be either you hold all the critical points or you annihilate them. There was only 2. But now there's multiple different missions that can randomly pop up once you attack that can change kind of your strategy, defense or attacking wise, on what you're trying to achieve. Like right there, all I had to do was just get the points and hold them. Even though I technically did go fast enough that I could have destroyed their base as well, if I so had chose. So. But let me do this real quick and we'll check out the Tyrannid's effect. The sisters are very expensive, but to be fair, I'm going to have a whole turn rollover, maybe even 2, before I have them. We're probably not going to get to do this tonight. It's already 10:34. But I will make a save for this. And we'll continue with this one when we do our serious playthrough this. I'm actually happy we won that I did so well. I'm quite proud of myself because I've been playing a lot of this trying to get better. So it shows that I'm improving. That we won that on the first try. Because now it means when we do our serious playthrough and we sit down for a few hours and do this, and I do an earlier stream of the day when I don't have to do anything IRL or anything, and really dive deep into this campaign and try to capture everything and run through it. We're only going to do this once or twice because, like I said, mech theme is starting up this week. It's just not going to be in full bore yet, just because I'm stretching certain things out a little bit to make it easier on my budget. So I've already put the money back for clans and stuff for when I'm going to get it. So that we never have to worry about. I think what I'd actually rather have, that spends more of my requisition in-game to build that building, and it's keeping me from certain upgrades early. I think this is a good call. Having the Pursuit of Perfection building, which is our armory that upgrades our units, early is probably a good call on the forward base. Either that or this one. So we can start with the Marines from the very get-go. That actually might be better. Although the Marines are more expensive than the cultists to spam early, so I won't capture as many points. So maybe not. It's good to have it for the builder not to have to do it, but as far as actually putting units out, not really. Also, look at that cannon. Look how weird. I don't know if I want to know. Although warp turbines do look cool with them. I think the best call here is to keep building this naturally and let my progress stay the same there. But go ahead and chunk that down. And then, instead of more buildings, chunk down like a single unit or 2 units. We'll chunk down a single builder to add an extra builder there. Make sure I don't have to put one down. And we'll chunk down a single sister. Because that's a sister of Slaanesh? Yeah, a regular sister of Slaanesh. That's weird. Their picture isn't showing up. Yeah, we'll chunk down one sister and one builder there as well. Just to make sure that area has something. If for some reason they come calling up here, I have a way to easily win that back. Or keep it from losing it. This area doesn't really need it. It doesn't say we have anything, but it's also a strength 10, so part of me wonders if because this is my stronghold, it already starts with certain things anyways, so I'm just not going to do that. Let's go with the Tyrannid. See what Farseer was talking about. Also, he already has an honor guard. They start with Hormigont honor guards? Wait a minute. Is that their territory? No, this is their bonus. Resource bonus. Begin every battle with a small bonus to all. Yeah, that makes sense because they don't take time to do research. They take a higher flat amount of biomass just to completely buy out a unit. So that makes sense that that's their perk. It's all about consumption. It is kind of scary though that, wow, already a Horner got my dude. Dear God, I'm gonna have to try them later. What do you got? Do you have, actually no, they all have one. Oh, these guys, yeah. We are gonna show this faction off at some point for the pure fun of it. This faction has to be one of my most secret factions that I never knew existed, that I now do absolutely love. Now, part of this faction is a bit jokey later on because he couldn't probably find any more units that he could actually probably put in here that were legit. Kind of like a certain hero we can summon for Slanesh if we had gone Sisterhood. We can summon a certain robot from a certain video game that's not this game for Slanesh. By the way, Farseer, they let me use it now. Did you know that? Like, if you go to the Fallen Sisterhood, you can now summon a certain to be or not to be. As he wakes up, did I miss the fun? Actually, yes. Yes, Gillimon owns the majority share. 10 cents. 10% is like 10%. 10 cent already owns 40%. By the way, Ubisoft founder is reportedly considering selling. Oh wow, I'm calling Microsoft right now. Finally. Yes. So, to be or not to be is summonable by the Slanesh. But yeah, you missed the fight, Tam King. You missed the hilarious voice lines that Slanesh has. Some of them are very over the top. But yeah, it was a good battle. I actually won. We won our first battle and took the first territory already. Which is pretty hard in this game. This game is actually pretty difficult. But I was showing off the other factions that got added in the mod, like Ordo Mordo. You'd like this faction, Tam King, because this faction is part police officers from Warhammer. It's like a police department kind of side of it. But the main hero they have for it, I'll just put it this way: I am the law. Even though he's not actually from this universe, it's the same thing with the guest star for Slanesh. The guest star is to be or not to be from a certain automata. But Tenzin should buy them out and clean house. I mean, maybe. Could be. Could be that too. They could end up with it as well. But yeah, that's what that faction is. That's the replacement modded faction for the Sisters of Battle. It's a hybrid sister faction that also works with, like, law enforcement? I really don't know what to call them. Farseer would know better as far as what Warhammer is, because they do actually exist. There is actually a kind of Judge Dredgy kind of police faction that does exist in Warhammer. So it's kind of that. Plus, is this part Inquisition as well, Farseer, or am I wrong about that? It feels very part Inquisition-y. I blame Farseers for Ubisoft's downfall. She didn't buy enough Assassin's Creed games. That's messed up. Farseer, you've done. What have you done? They're not. Okay. So it's just the police people that I was thinking about then. Yeah. So it's that weird police. Essentially the police of Warhammer. So that's what I thought. It's the other one, not the Inquisition. I just wasn't sure if they were in it or not. But okay. But yeah, I think that's why he's got like it's like a Judge Dredd type character, essentially. There's also, and I saw this too, Farseer. I saw the other character he added for the Renegade Guardsman. I didn't know that you could bring that into a Warhammer universe. I feel like Rex just follows me everywhere. You killed gaming, Fossir! Dead King's like, I blame you! That's what the Necrons start with. Holy what? Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Did the Necrons always start with 2 builder scarabs? Is that their new change for the mod? That seems a bit broke. I'm surprised the AI doesn't Borg its way through this planet. Anyways, what's Dark Eldar got? Oh, only 1. So we'll beat them pretty quickly because they're not going to change. Warrior Squad. Okay. What about the Grey Knights? They start with... Ooh, oh, they have the Inquisition with them. Wait. Oh. So the Grey Knights have the Inquisition with them, an Inquisitorial Stormtrooper. Also, speaking of Star Wars. Even though that's not a Star Wars unit, that actually is a unit in Warhammer that's called that. But, huh. So the Grey Knights have the Inquisition with them. I'd go to B Daddy, Free Goblin, for Fridge. I go to a it's a P Diddy. Wait, I go to a P Diddy Free Goblin for a Judge Dredd game. I don't blame you. That Judge Dredd game would still be just so fun. For how weird that universe is. Oh, so... Also, these guys can be deep striked. They're essentially ODST. Effective against most unit types, too. Effective against infantry mostly, but... Oh, but when garrisoned inside the Inquisition... What does that mean? I've got to play the Grey Knights. And try them, too. The modded factions are so fun. I am glad they did update what's going on. Alright, what you start with, Tao? Oh, Stealth Team. That actually might be pretty scary since the Stealth got updated in the mod. Stealth is way scarier in this game on the mod. I learned that the hard way with the Dark Elves. What about the Daemons? Yeah. Someone help me. Why? Get away. You're in every game. Also, Corn Demon with Nurgling? Although it is undivided. It's just... Guardsman. Yeah, that's... I don't know why I thought it... What did I think he was gonna have? What about the orcs? What you got? You got some choppers? Oh, you got Slugger Boys. It's a good start. I wonder if the orcs have anything different about them with this change as well. Already clicked you. Blood Ravens. Also, James would love the fact that the Blood Ravens are the main faction for everything. Yeah, you start with your scout squad like you always have. Scout Marines. So, yeah. Is there anyone else I'm forgetting to click on? Oh, yeah, regular Eldar. What do you got? Now, you start with a Guardian squad, but to be fair, I feel like that's better than the Warrior squad. I don't know, the Guardian squads just seem to be more reliable to me. Between the 2 Eldars versus the Warrior squad. Okay. Okay, so let's make a save. I gotta type this in. Grey Knights still slaps. I mean, Grey Knights always slap. But god dang, I didn't know they got freaking ODST Deep Strikers. From the Inquisition. Emperor, Emperors. Emperor's children. Save. Alright, let's go back to the main menu now. Ah, Lucius. Black Templars, though. Great, no, Black Templars, nah, I'm just kidding. Nah. They just want to be Dark Angels. But alright, chat. This has been a really cool stream and kind of throwback on the campaign, using the mod to play as the Emperor's Children on the campaign. Also, really quickly, just to show everyone before we go, how many factions are actually in this mod, let me quickly show you this. So, this is the top. Now, normally, I'm going to show you something hilarious. You see how many there are? This list used to only be half the size. The list used to kind of stop like... It used to start like right around here and scroll down that much. So you can tell how many were added. And that's not the only thing. Within some of these, so for instance, where's the Marines? Or Dark Angels. So for instance, if I click the Dark Angels, which are my favorite Space Marine squad, there are different versions of Dark Angels in here. Now most of them play the same in this version. These are mostly colors. Some cases this is different, but very few. These are for being able to choose colors and all that, but it's like, there are so many different ways to play them, and things you could do. Like, look at all the different guardsmen. Katie and Xenobanes. I do love how many choices of frickin'. Look at this list. Look at this list of guardsmen factions. But yeah, you can kind of see like how many, like they added just so many things. And is it under here that we see them? Or did they have their own? I can't remember. Do they have their own? They have their own, don't they? Where are you? There they are. So yeah, so let's just say James's favorite is also in here. So yeah. The blue boys of terribleness that are in Space Marine 2. That rebuild themselves and stuff. Which you can do all their different colors as well. Look how many colors are in here for the Zichi boys. There are so many different factions they put in here that you can play as and actually get some really good stuff. The Imperial Fists, Harlequins, the Voistrin Firstborn, Fallen Angels, which has a branch off of the Dark Angels. Farside Enclaves, which is a special version of the Tau. One of the more specific ones. Emperor's Children, which is who we were playing earlier. One of the more specific Chaos Space Marine factions for Slanesh. Stuff like that. Death Guard, which that's Nurgle. That's what we fought in Chaos Gate. That's Death Guard. Stuff like that. And then even, like I said, even the base factions got upgrades and stuff to make them better and stuff like that. Renegade Guardsmen, which are funny. These are like Chaos Guardsmen. And you can choose any of the different Chaos Lords and it changes how they play. But there's also a special one that Farseer told me about. I tried out. That is really hilarious. It turns them into like the Japanese faction you don't see much of in Warhammer that actually does exist. And it's really cool. It's still played around with. A lot of the models are like custom models and kind of used models from other things to kind of make it work because it's mostly a kit bash style army. But it's quite cool. It's quite a cool little army and setup. But yeah, there's a lot of cool little stuff in here. There's the Black Templars that are terrible, that Farseer mentioned. But yeah. 20 factions in total, yeah. As far as like the main factions that you can actually be different and choose from, yeah. It's quite hefty. When this game had nowhere near that originally. Didn't it only used to have like 8 or something like that? Or was it at least 10? Couldn't remember. For the original vanilla game. Because I know it was Orcs, Necrons, Sisters of Battle, the Blood Ravens, Dark Eldar was still in there, Tau was still in there, Guardsmen. I'd say about 8 to 10 normally, originally in the vanilla game. So the mod added quite a few. So, but this is my kind of my background game I've been playing, not to get good at it again. And I've been kind of enjoying just playing this when I just want to play now, because this was the game I used to play when I was a kid, when I was in this kind of mode, when I was kind of going through rough times, when I was slightly depressed. This was probably the game besides Zone of the Enders that I went to the most. As far as PC especially. I didn't have many PC games, but I had this one. So, but still waiting for the Ultramarines. That is kind of strange that I'm kind of glad that the mod maker didn't immediately just do Ultramarines before anything else as far as regular Space Marines are concerned. I'm glad he did Dark Angels and Black Templars and stuff like that, because Ultramarines are in everything. So I'm glad he waited on that. Plus, I want the Ultramarines to be what they're supposed to be, and not just the poster boy kind of thing. Because they do have some cool stuff that sometimes does get ignored in a lot of other games, because they are the poster boys of most Space Marines. So they get a lot of the run-of-the-mill stuff people see, like the common stuff. And I don't mean that as an insult, I mean just the games portray them that way. But they do actually have a lot of scary stuff, the Ultramarines do. So, I mean, as far as tabletop, yeah. Oh, you mean they're too powerful? You mean the way he's done it? Yeah. It's certain things are hard to balance, especially since they be a Swiss Army knife. That is their kind of one of their big things, even in tabletop. They are kind of just, we kind of suit all the situations. Like, therefore, if you're even though that's what I should be playing, I'm not gonna be. They're like the noob faction. I hate, and once again, this is nothing against Ultramarines at all. They're amazing. But they're basically the faction you play if you don't know what you're doing playing tabletop Warhammer 40k. Like, in general. And they're that way in a lot of games, too. They're the go-to if you're not sure how to play with anything. They'll get the job done. So, yeah, too much Primaris too. They do have the most Primaris as well. That is actually true as well. That, which, as portrayed in the way of Space Marine 2 portrayed it, that is accurate. Like, Space Marine 2's been the most accurate portrayal I've seen of Ultramarines so far. As far as, like, what makes them scary, because they do have a shitload of Primaris. Excuse my language. Like, an absolute shitload. So, but hey, he's gonna have to figure out a way to, like, how do you balance something that's 75% Primaris when it comes to game logic in most cases. So, I mean, his best way is maybe make them slow, maybe make them easy, even though it's technically not accurate. Maybe make them slower just for game purposes, so they can be slightly overwhelmed by larger numbers when they do, just like they would in real fighting, like Space Marine 2 kind of portrayed. Like, they're strong as frick, but they are still like, they're not demigod level like a chapter master, but they're like super soldiers, like the super of super soldiers, like a step above what Captain America would be, because that's what an average Space Marine would be. So, but yeah, they also have guardsmen. Yeah, Ultramarines have their own detachment of guardsmen that's loyal to them. That's also a scary advantage. Most don't have that. And guardsmen make up for that problem right there. That's kind of why not as many die in Ultramarine Primarises as any other faction that has Primarises when they have to get sent into the crapper. Because there's already guardsmen absorbing the cannon fodder death around them. Which, once again, Space Marine 2 did a good job at representing this. On how closely they work with the guardsmen. I do, like I said, Space Marine 2 was fun. PvP is the only thing that's bad. Everything else in Space Marine 2 is a gem and great, and it's a great game. But PvP it needs a lot of work. But they also have a lot of heroes. Gilliman, I mean the G-Man. They've got Titus. They've got Kador. They've got a lot. Like a shit. It's like I said, Swiss Army knife. Their strength is the fact that they're a little bit of everything. It's also why they're the best faction if you don't know what you're doing in tabletop. Because they work with a lot of builds. Like a lot of hybrid builds too. They work with a lot of hybrids as well. Especially Guardsmen and Space Marine hybrid builds. If they're allowed. Sometimes you're not allowed to do that on certain matches. But yeah. But either way, we're gonna wrap it up here for right now. I do love that. Serve the Emperor today, for tomorrow you may be dead. Well, by not pray, they don't give. Well, give him Gilliman? In general, I do think that would be something that, they need, but, it'd be fun. GG, y'all, and Farseer needs to buy 40 million copies of Assassin's Creed to save Ubisoft. Don't give up. I don't think they will. This mod gets a lot of support. And with YouTubers still playing it a lot, besides my, smaller self, it's like, this is a pretty big deal when it comes to Warhammer. A lot of the fans know about this. Like a lot of especially if they play PC or computer as well, not just tabletop. If they play anything on PC, they probably know about Dawn of War Unification. It's pretty big in the Warhammer community, so. And on YouTube, to be fair, surprisingly. So, I don't think they have to worry about that. They have, like I said, they have a lot of support and people helping, and probably, I would imagine there's probably a Patreon or a donation thing to it somewhere that helps them out as well. At least I hope. I imagine. So it's like just for in general. Like I wouldn't say make it based on this, but make the Patreon based on just being an artist. Things like that for modding. So yeah, they'll do it as long as this mod is going and still getting legwork and people are still playing it. That you'd be surprised how much that motivates someone to keep wanting to make more things and keep them wanting to do stuff. Me and Tamkin talked about that for something else going on in IRL right now. Well, here in the US, that's just silly in general that could be avoided entirely, but that's a whole nother loaded topic. So we're not going to get into that. But that being said, like I said, motivation to any type of person doing a job of any kind goes a long way, and making them not feel like they're just not useless or not cared for or not paid attention to. Those kinds of things mean a lot. So to whether it be a modder all the way down to a worker in like a factory or maybe even a dock. And it's like, so appreciation and respecting those types of things and creation of anything goes a long way. And helping that kind of thing with developers. So always support your developers. But as far as modders are concerned, some developers and games in general, maybe not as much. But just because they don't actually put the work into their product. You know, like a certain game that was 200 something though. But you know, either way. But I like I said, as far as mods are concerned, support your modders. Give them shout outs, especially when the mods are really good and get a lot of love and work put into them, like this one did. Especially with how old this game is too. So I hope y'all all enjoyed watching tonight's stream. I do want to let everyone know we are going to be taking tomorrow off and Sunday. I won't be doing a stream for 2 days. You won't see me till Monday. Yeah, you won't see me till Monday when we do our next stream, which might be more Dawn of War if I don't have a mech thing to do Monday to start off our theme. We might just do another episode of Dawn of War Unification for now. But yeah, I will see you all Monday, just to let everyone know now before we end that I will not be here for 2 days. I'm gonna be going out, getting some stuff done, just checking out some things budget-wise for computer that I want to be looking at. There's a couple places I gotta go to do some price comparisons for online and physical. Because like I said, I'm gonna be doing a pretty beefy change on this PC very soon. So, have you seen a game called Tag Card Shop? It just got a Pokemon mod, and then they're gonna flip their shit. Oh, you're talking about that card shop mod? Yeah, well, it's not technically Pokemon cards, but I get what you mean. The normal game is technically just a card shop game. You're basically a Magic card shop game. Like, you're a card shop that sells like Magic the Gathering type cards, Pokemon type cards, Yu-Gi-Oh type cards. But I know that I've seen I'm gonna give a shout out because I have to say his name real quick. Raptor played it. I watched Raptor play it. It's like a card shop simulator game where you can play the cards, but you can also sell the cards and collect the cards. But it does have a mod that has added it to be actually what you just said. So I agree. There might be some fire in the water soon, since, you know, Pal World already shook it up. So, yeah, that's, woo. Ooh. All I can say is, ooh, good luck to that mod developer. You better get some Emperor Award seals up, bruh. Go to the Emperor and get some prayer going. And pray for his seals to stay intact. That he doesn't get obliterated by the Mechanicus that is Nintendo. Okay, I can finish what I was saying. What's up? We'll say that real quick and then we're gonna end it. But I just wanted to make sure y'all know I'm not gonna be here for the next 2 days. He has to be taunting / trolling, right? I would think, or Nintendo. But yeah, maybe he just wanted it to be a cool game. Because there is a lot of games like that they don't make that they should. But then it would be just monetized to hell if they did, probably. But, you know, it's a double-edged sword. Is it trolling, or is it just someone who just wants to see a game that... Because that's a cool concept. It's like, I've always wanted to play a simulator game where you run a Warhammer shop. Not maybe Warhammer actually, but a tabletop shop. Like a shop where you sell models and have people play tabletop games in your shop. That'd be a cool simulator as well, which that'll probably be next. Because you can buy plushies and simple models in that game. So that game may evolve to become both. But Oh yeah, the game itself is fine. It didn't break any rules, which that's why I like the game. The game itself is safe. But the mod could get it in trouble by osmosis. But I really do hope it works out for it, because it is fun. Pray they don't give up on the Ultramarines balance and just unleash the hell upon us like they did with the Enclave. That's true, they did. They did do that with the Enclave. But I've been playing against them for fun, just because they're really hard opponents to deal with. I've learned what their weakness is now. I've learned how to stop them. I know what truly puts an end to that floating factory of death. So, like, I know what the main thing to look for with each faction to try to kill it now. But, that still being said, they are super scary. Still. Nintendo about to unleash the hounds. Yeah, on the modder mostly, yeah. I would imagine, hopefully. I would hope Nintendo doesn't do anything to the developers. That's not their fault. Just have to hit... If they have to do anything at all, just go after the modder. Although I don't think it's going to make any... Well, I guess you could say in a way... I don't know, it's one of those weird gray areas, even though, once again, this is not the developer... On the developer's head, before I say this. In a way, it'll make the game more money by osmosis, because people will see the mod, buy the game just for the mod, just to play that mod. But the mod itself is not making money. So it makes me wonder if, legally, can they go after it? As long as it's not making money? Because the mod itself won't make money. Unless he puts up like or he or she puts up a Patreon. But then if they do that, that's their own fault. And then may the hatchet be kind at that point. So yeah, it's, so, like, yeah, so unless there's a Patreon for the modder, I don't know. Maybe there might be a gray enough area that thing might be safe as well. But we'll see, I guess. Oh, you bet they will. Nintendo do the fuck if they're making cash or not. I don't think that. Like I said, if it's not making cash, I do think that they wouldn't win that. Especially since it's a mod and it's not something that's a product that can be sold on a shelf. They'll try, probably, but I don't think it'll go anywhere. And I don't think they'll get a settlement out of that either. That one would be a waste of money, I think. Unless it's making money. If it is making money and there is a Patreon for that mod, then yeah, then they legally have right to destroy it. But yeah, if they had a Patreon, they're doomed to be on all belief completely. But as long as they don't, I think it'll be safe. It literally has to be for the, excuse my language, the shits and giggles. It literally has to be just for the hell of it. And then it should be fine. Otherwise, I don't think they can touch them. But that is shaky ground. The Thunderhawk gunship? That is one way to do it, air v air. You could just hit it with another air unit that's good at killing vehicles. But no, there's a way to do it from the ground. But I had to realize, I see. Because it's not a unit you start with, you do have to build up to it with the Tau. May or may not have played Farsight specifically just to see when you get it. Just to see when it unlocks tech-wise. Since it's not something immediate, as long as you beat it to the punch and you're ready to start building this said thing, ready to counteract it, you'll be able to hold yourself at safety. And you'll be able to keep it from just destroying you by flying over you and just bombarding, building, deploying. It will still be able to do this from a distance if it stays far enough away, but it won't be able to help attack. It'll still be a factory if it camps further back, but it won't be able to commit to basically the battle directly, which that's what makes it scary. Is normally what you want to do with it is attack and deploy units from it, just to make it even more insane. But I can keep it from completely doing that and killing it as I push forward. Now this still, once again, this all comes down to skill and did I do it fast enough and efficiency, because that's what this game is. It's about speed and efficiency. If you don't do that with any faction, you're dead. Right, immediately. It's just some deaths come faster when you screw that up than others, depending on who you're playing. So already have the mother's figures by tomorrow. Exactly. Let's just do that. Yeah, but some assets fall into a gray area. Once again, as long as he's not using that asset to fully make money, he technically is okay to have that asset to a certain extent. It's as long as it's not a registered IP that he's putting it into. And what I mean by that is something that he made. Because he's putting it in as a alternative side modification, it falls under another rule that because this is not forced upon the person downloading it, that it doesn't have the same rules. Because it's not like he's going out there and promoting these models and then getting fallback from it in a different way. So I do think he's fine, because there's plenty of other Pokemon mods and many other things that they've never touched. So I don't think they'll do much about that. They tend to ignore modders to a certain extent. The only time a modder really gets on Nintendo's list is if they get so big to the point of, once again, they start making money and something has changed. Then they will hit them. That will definitely happen if that happened. If the mod took off and he got, sanctioned to do something more official, they might actually get him then. They'll definitely make him have to settle out then. That's then legally they couldn't get him. But it's like I said, that he can't make any type of progression off of this. It has to be for pure creative assembly and nothing else. Because some colleges even do this and get away with it too. That's why you get so many cheap phone games that have weird shit in it. It's like, I know that that's not your asset. But let's see. Yeah, the corn with a P. Exactly. That shit is monetized and they ain't going anywhere near it. Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing, right? They ignore all the terrible things that happen to all the models and assets that are protected by them. But yet, you'd be surprised, damn gang. There's a lot of weird shit out there. There's a lot of weird... This is why I sometimes believe that Slanesh is at least somewhat in charge of part of our world and minds. Just because, God, some of the weird crud we put out there. That's why there's that meme joke with the Joker. That Batman and Joker meme where he has a Pokemon. Farseer sent it to me. The meme is terrible, but it's also hilarious. Because it's emphasizing and or not emphasizing, what is it? Implying certain things that are allowed that are on the internet. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, there's experts out there. You'd be surprised. Like I said, I'm a big fan of animations in general, even the weirder ones, just because I love animation because I'm a 3D modeler. I used to do it all the time for my classes, for in general, I would do animations for my certain models and stuff like that. I'm not as good at it as other animators. I'm more, like I said, level design and asset design kind of guy. Like, I design the looks of things, but not necessarily the motions all the time. But yeah. Blizzard just gave up. I don't blame them. I'm pretty sure Overwatch gave up as well long ago. Overwatch could never beat back that tide. The number is too high. The Mercy Army alone would win. Just not including the others. But yeah, I suppose if you give Mario it changes him enough, it's not direct copyright. That's a good point. Does that work like that? If that does, then god dang, why does the porn industry, excuse my language, have such a gray out? Why does it have an out in everything? It's like, nope, you see, because we added a blue beep, it's no longer that character. We also called him Mirio with an I instead of an A. So it's M-I-R-I-O, not A-R-I-O. So it's not the same character. Everyone knows Mercy, but not everyone knows that she's from game. Yep, that's true. But yeah, that's how it works. You just gotta beep bloop, and then you just gotta change the name slightly and you're good. Like, Pikachu. Don't want to say what that you. Oh man. Yeah, you're talking about Yushi. Yeah, Yushi, spelled with a U. Like it's like I said, you'd be surprised. The internet is a weird ass place. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes not so much. Sometimes in terrible ways. Oh man. I think that's the reason they're leaving it alone. I mean, maybe they're so freaked out about it, they're just like, just let it, just ignore it and pretend it don't exist. Oh man. I bet it was all created on Farseer's PC. That could be. Farseer, it's you. We blame you, even though I might or might not be. Not for that specific one. Responsible for at least a few models out there. Few. Won't say which ones. Or what my username used to be. Like I said, I used to do a lot of 3D modeling a long time ago. Quite extensively. Now you want to know why I think they don't take it down? Why, Farseer? Then we gotta wrap it up so I can get off here for tonight. And I'm gonna chill out for the night. Oh, also, Tam King, before you go as well, and we start wrapping up here in a minute. Are you getting back on chat on PlayStation, or are you gonna chill out for tonight and I'll just hit you up tomorrow when I get home? It falls under parody. That's true, I didn't think about that. Right, because it's a parody of something that's else, but it's not that true version. I wonder if that's what they're doing. Maybe you might actually be, that might be truly what it is. I didn't think about that. Maybe. Yeah, maybe it would be too embarrassing. Huh. So they just classify it as a parody and pretended that's not real. I'll be hitting the hay. Definitely catch you tomorrow. That's fine, Temp King. I'm going to chill out, probably play a different faction and campaign for a little bit, so I don't play too much Emperor's Children. We're going to save that for stream, which will be Monday. Like I said, just so y'all don't freak out, don't forget, I will not be here tomorrow and Sunday. Or almost today. But, so Saturday and Sunday I'll be gone. Monday I will be back. And if I don't get a mech type stream set up before then we'll do some more Dawn of War Unification with the Emperor's Children and try to take another territory and play some more of the mod. So, trust me, Nintendo will rather burn than claim any of that. Buy or not. Probably good point. But alright, Farseer, you have a good night, and big shout out to everyone who joined tonight. If you also didn't catch the live stream, I hope you enjoyed the video of our continuation of the Unification mod on Dawn of War Soulstorm. Or Dawn of War 1 Soulstorm. Like I said, don't tell James. This is a surprise unless he happens to watch the whole video. I'm going to let him decide whether he gets to find out or not. I will be buying James this game as a gift if things work out. It's also why I'm not fully telling him yet, because I don't want to get his hopes up and then not be able to do it. So, it is a surprise. But y'all will get to know about the surprise right now. So, that way he can join in the madness and get to play his Chaos Space Marine, and we can torture the AI in a random match together. We can't do Assault. I don't think. But, well, no, the Emperor's Children work on Assault, right? So if me and Thousand Suns did the same map, I think that would work. If we did the open world map. That should work. We'll try that. So that way me and James can torture the AI with our favorite Chaos Marines. But either way, I hope y'all all enjoyed. And thank you so much for joining in tonight. Big shout out to Tam King for joining in tonight as well. And my moderator, Farseer, as always, joining in. And everyone chilling and chatting. And everyone in the background as well. And I hope to see y'all Monday. Once again, if you just now get to see the end of this, we will not be here till Monday. I will be taking the next 2 days off to do a few things and to just get some energy back and chill for a little bit. And Monday we'll be continuing back into our new theme or doing some Unification one more time to really delve into the campaign for a little bit. So, but thank y'all so much, and I will see you all in the next one. And peace and love, y'all. Bye, everyone! And remember, we are the Spear of Excess. And until next time, we shall see you in the next one. Bye, everyone! Until next time, bye!